Shalom everybody! In the course of our reverse thrift haul a few days ago, we discovered a couple items worth salvaging but in need of repair. One was this fine knit jersey sweater blouse. The knit itself doesn't have any runs. Rather, it is thread worn and has actual holes in some places. The first thing to know about jersey fabric is that it generally has what is called a knit side and a purl side. The knit side has vertical chains forming little V's from the top to the bottom of the garment. This is the best side to mend from because it is easier to follow these tracks in closing up a hole in a way that isn't obvious. The green thread I had on hand was much too bright to blend in. Better to use a khaki that, while being a different color, was actually still within the same color family as the garment altogether. After mending the green section of the garment, I noticed several tears in the pattern section as well. In the interest of time, I used a white thread like the background rather than switch thread color to match each distinct segment of the pattern. Also, because it is much more difficult to fix a knit where there's a pattern, I opted to mend this section from the purl side instead. Purls look like a chain of curves that run from side to side across a garment. It is still possible, and indeed optimal, to try to use these as a guide for stitching straight vertical lines. In other words, from the top to the bottom of the garment. Sometimes though, the size and shape of the hole make it necessary to stitch along the purl instead of perpendicular to it. This makes for a more noticeable patch and can actually pucker the fabric. For this reason, I don't really recommend it, except as a last resort. If you've never tried this technique before, I recommend practicing on an athletic sock first in order to get the hang of it.